Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I will be posting 3 to 4 times a week now because the semester has started and I will be starting a part-time job, so I will have less time, but I will still be here, yeah. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about another fantastic Tumblr community that made me see things that I wish I never had to see, I never thought I would see. And before we go into it, there's always the comment saying this happens a lot on other platforms. I know, it's just that I've been on Tumblr for 10 years, so I know my way around it a lot better, and it's fun. Anyways, let's look at some of these posts. Before we begin this, since necrophilia is up there with some of the most creepy, disgusting stuff I've covered, I went to this bookstore in San Diego called a Controversial Bookstore, and for some reason they were selling holy water. So I put this like thingy on it. It's not the right size, but I'm gonna need it to talk about this, so okay, let's hope that that does something in terms of protecting us from what we're about to see. Hey you, yeah you, the one scrolling down right now. You are beautiful, you are amazing, you are perfect just how you are loved and deserve the world. Go out there and take it, that is, you great person. Have a nice day. And then under its hashtag necrophilia positivity, it also had map positivity. And if you weren't here, maps are minor attracted people, so essentially pedophiles. So it seems like there was a little crossover there, but this is essentially a blog that is dedicated to paraphilias. Paraphilia is defined as a condition characterized by abnormal sexual desires, typically involving extreme or dangerous activities. So, I mean, like, it's a nice post or whatever, but I don't know, it just feels so weird to be like, hey you, the necrophile, I hope you have a great day, you're a great person. And I'm not saying that just because you're a necrophile, you're automatically a terrible person. Maybe don't act on the urges, it's just still weird. Then, I even found that there's a necrophile positivity blog, and it says, this blog is a positive and safe space for all paraphilias. Note, they count pedophilia as a paraphilia, which is what kind of makes this a lot creepier to me. So, like, it's not just about necrophilia and, you know, being turned on and wanting to have sex with dead people, but it's the fact that they're also open to pedophilia, and that makes it so much creepier to me. Here there was another one that said, also necrophiliacs are all amazing too. And then they have like picture, like then there's the skeletons under. I know since this is unironic, that's kind of what scares me, right? If this was ironic and, you know, like a joke, I'd be like, oh, okay, haha. But the thing is, like, this is coming from a blog that is also like a paraphilia kind of positivity blog. And it says necrophilia positivity, sex positivity, hashtag paraphilia positivity. So here there's a post saying, I hate everyone. Okay, so I hate people that look at everything with such a closed mind. Okay, like for example, bestiality, necrophilia, gore, incest, blah, blah, blah. And she goes on to say that animals can consent, which is not true, and we've already gone over that in my zoophile video. But at the end of this, and I didn't screenshot the whole post because it went on other subjects, but at the end it said, necrophiliacs 99% of the time roleplay or do absolutely nothing about their feelings in real life. So the pictures on Tumblr that are tagged are there for them, not for you to search and see if it's there. First of all, the 99% thing obviously is not a real statistic, but aside from that, it's kind of like saying that the no contact maps would never touch a child. Like, it's, if you have a kink and you have the opportunity to do it, a lot of the times you are probably going to be tempted to do it and in fact do it. So acting like no necrophile except for that 1% of necrophiles would actually act on their urges is kind of ridiculous to claim. And this person goes on to point out that these are tagged and that they're there only for them and not for you. And I'm just like, well, Tumblr is public. All these pictures are public. So if you want to have those pictures on your computer, that's fine. But if you put them on a place like Tumblr and it's tagged with sex positivity and someone is looking at the sex positivity tag and comes across some of the videos I've seen, I mean, they're allowed to be grossed out. So here is one of that 1% who did in fact have sex with a corpse. And on a previous ask, it said, like, where did you find this corpse? Like, what was the situation? Pretty much, apparently, the person, like a corpse, was washed up on the seashore, and this guy had sex with it. Okay, so then there was this follow-up question. You weren't concerned about the corpse, the person it was? Maybe he was murdered or missing or drowned by accident. What did you do with it later? Weren't you afraid the police finding your DNA and fingerprints all over the victim? It did occur to me that I should call the police, but I was certain that would cause some questions that I didn't want to answer. So, doing what made sense to me at 15, I just went with the most natural impulse and didn't think about the actual consequences until afterwards. At that point, the best course of action I could think of was to come back and bury the corpse the next day, since I obviously didn't have a shovel with me. For about a month after that, I kept up with the news from the area, but there was nothing about murder or missing person. No police ever showed up to arrest me, so eventually I just wrote it off as a bit of carelessness, not to be repeated. So, apart from being creepy as fuck, and I know this could be fake, but let's pretend it's real. Let's pretend we know this is real. So I always just assumed that people would go to the morgue to try and have sex with corpses.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Ooh, these are dead bodies.
Two dead guys.
This is the real deal here.
Or something like that. But this made me think of it in a completely different way, because if someone found, like this guy, a body like in the wild or just in the world generally, like in a forest, and they just have sex with it, what do you do after, right? Because you don't want people to find it and have your DNA or something attached to it. But you also kind of act like a murderer in the sense that you bury it and completely try to erase that the body was ever there, which is so gross in the sense of the family of this person, the friends of this person. Like, you don't know how they died, and you're just gonna have sex with it and then hide it, so maybe the family will never get peace about it. Like this guy that was saying that he buried the corpse. Like, what about this person, this corpse's family? Like, this was a person. Like, that is so disgusting to me. I hadn't thought of like that kind of consequences on the corpse that necrophilia would have. So some of these are kind of like funny memes or about that, which would be completely funny, but the sad thing is that you know that these people actually have this kink and want to fuck a dead body, and you're just like... So this one says, when you're having the best sex of your life and suddenly someone else enters the morgue. This was another crossover that I found that was necrophilia and the true crime community. I did a video on the true crime community if you're interested, by the way. So here it says, never thought I'd be into necrophilia until all of my boyfriends died from self-inflicted gunshot wounds to the head and the electric chair. So all of her boyfriends, or all of their boyfriends, that shows how in touch with reality this person is. Aside from that, that is still so disgusting to... Like, who thinks that way, though? If, let's say you're married to the love of your life, and that person dies, it would be like desecrating their bodies to try and have sex with them. Aside from morality and ethics, like if you actually loved someone like you would love a boyfriend, you wouldn't want to have sex with them once they're dead. I mean, that's so creepy to me, the idea that this person would still be attracted to them with the gunshot wound. Ugh, no. No. Okay, so then there's a post about common misconceptions about necrophiliacs. It's really long, so I'm gonna read the misconceptions and not the little preamble. So misconception number 1, all necrophiliacs are murderers, or at least would be if given the chance. I never actually really thought that. I just thought that necrophiliacs want to fuck dead bodies, which is what necrophiliacs are. Next, misconception number 2, all necrophiliacs are insane. We are not, but the people who continue to suggest it may very well drive me to that point. It's ridiculous. I can hold a perfectly normal conversations with people, only until they find out that I'm a necrophiliac, at which point they start recommending psychiatrists. I'm certain I'm not the only one with this problem.
Stop it. Get some help.
Your particular kink is seen as deviant, and the thing is, like, if your kink was weird but it was still legal everywhere, then whatever, you know, but they're probably recommending psychiatrists because it's not only weird, but it's illegal in most places, thank the Lord, and morally for me it's wrong, but we can say that for the general masses it's at least morally questionable. And also because they don't want you to be digging up graves to have sex with whatever is left of the people in them. So, I mean, I can't really blame them. Why would you even tell anyone that? Like, unless they were close to you, there would be no reason to tell someone like, hey, by the way, if you know where I could have sex with a dead body, please let me know because I'm interested in that. Okay, misconception number 3, all necrophiliacs would have sex with any corpse they came into contact with. That is not any more true than the statement that all biophiles, normal people, would have sex with any living person they came in contact with. In addition, not all classes of necrophiliacs would have sex with a corpse at all. Actual sexual intercourse would only occur for classes 7 and up. So I don't know what these classes are. I was looking around, but I couldn't really find it on Tumblr, so I apologize for that. But I mean, there's a really big difference between biophiles, aka us people who have sex with people, and necrophiles, because biophiles get to see people everywhere and have a huge selection. You guys don't really see a bunch of dead bodies unless you work in an industry where you see a lot of dead bodies. If you're in crime or whatever, which that would be very scary to think about. But anyways, you guys don't really have that much of a choice, so I'd assume that you would take what you can get most of the time, right? Because it's not like it's easy to come across any dead body and find the most attractive one, you know? So here there's another one that was really creepy that said, necrophilia, dead girls can't say no. And apart from the picture being really disgusting and creepy, this also had rape involved in it, which made it even creepier. And I think that that's an aspect of necrophilia that also really creeps me out. That's an aspect of necrophilia that also creeps me out because one obvious thing about corpses is that since they're not alive, they cannot consent, they cannot say yes or no. So one of the things I always wondered, and if any necrophiles do watch this video, please let me know, is this in any way related to some kind of rape kink too? Because when you're dealing with a corpse, obviously the fact that you're doing something that not only is illegal in most places, but is also not accepted by the corpse. It's neither accepted nor denied, but you know, like, my question is that part of the turn on, the fact that they can't say anything, like almost kind of like some extreme BDSM plus necrophilia? Like, I don't know, I'm weirded out, and this is gross. You know, contrary to what most of you think, I do try to be understanding, but there comes a point where people trying to normalize this kind of behavior is really weird, especially with that post I was saying, oh yeah, people tell me I should see a psychiatrist, and it's like, well, I mean, you want to fuck dead people, Bob, so I mean, there has to be something somewhat not okay with your brain, and I'm not saying they're a terrible, fucked up person if they haven't acted on it, but it's not acceptable to want to do that. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think, what your stance on this is, and let's get into the fan art.